Hey everyone, let's talk about something really important for any organization out there: building visibility. We're going to dive into what it really means to be seen, not just busy, and break down the strategies that can take your organization from being a best-kept secret to a name that everyone recognizes and, more importantly, trusts.
So let me ask you this. Does this sound familiar? You're doing absolutely incredible work. Your team is firing on all cylinders, but it just feels like you're shouting into the wind. You're struggling to get noticed in what is, let's face it, a super crowded world. It's a huge frustration, and it's probably the biggest sign that you need a real visibility strategy.
And that feeling of being invisible, it often creates another big problem: a perception gap. You know, that space between what your organization really does and what people out there think it does? When you're not communicating your value clearly, your best work, your most important contributions, they can get misunderstood, or worse, just completely missed.
And that brings us to the big question. Are you ready to innovate? To find new ways of doing things that make you the clear, obvious choice for the people you serve? If you're nodding along to any of this, then let's dig into why visibility is so much more than just a buzzword. It's really a matter of survival.
Because we're not just talking about small frustrations here. These issues point to a much bigger, much more serious risk, and that is the high cost of being invisible. Let's break down why this is such a huge deal in today's world.
Okay, here's the bottom line. In our world today, being invisible is pretty much the same as being irrelevant. Things are changing so fast. New competitors, new tech, new trends popping up all the time. Just hoping people will stumble across you? That's not a strategy anymore. Visibility is absolutely essential, not just for growth, but for survival.
And this quote just hits the nail on the head. It's kind of a tragedy, isn't it? So many organizations are doing great things, offering amazing value, but their impact is completely muffled. Not because their service is bad, but because their communication is. Their story just isn't breaking through the noise.
But, and this is a big but, it really doesn't have to be this way. The good news is there's a clear, strategic path you can follow to step out of the shadows and build visibility that actually lasts and means something. So how do we actually do that? Well, for our explainer today, we can use the framework from a program called Building Organization Visibility as our roadmap. It's all about giving leaders the tools to be seen, to be heard, and to be valued, and its structure gives us a fantastic way to understand the core ideas. This whole approach is really built on a few key ideas. First, you've got strategic marketing. Think of this as the big picture why. It's about understanding your world, your competitors, and what makes you special. Then you have tactical marketing. That's the how. It's the stuff you do every day, the campaigns, the content, and it all connects to transformational marketing, which is about building a strategy that's ready for whatever the future throws at you.
And listen, this isn't just a bunch of theory. When you understand these different levels of marketing, you start to build a really powerful strategic toolkit, one you can start using right away to make a real impact.
You know, any successful journey to visibility follows a pretty logical map. It all starts by building a solid foundation. That means really getting to know your stakeholders. Once you've done that, you can work on creating real brand loyalty. From there, you can design winning strategies to get your message out. And finally, you've got to master the digital age, adapting to all the new tools and platforms out there.
Now this right here is one of the most critical ideas in that foundation step, figuring out your competitive edge. On one side, you have points of parity. These are the must-haves, the basic requirements to even be in the game. If you run a coffee shop, you need good coffee, right? But then you have your point of difference. This is what makes you unique. Maybe it's your incredible community space or your ethically sourced beans. That's your secret sauce, and knowing how to talk about it changes everything.
So what's the payoff for all this? What's the end goal? It's not just about getting more followers. It's about gaining real, tangible skills. The ability to apply big picture strategy, to use tactics that actually work in your day-to-day, and ultimately, to build a powerful plan that leads to real, lasting growth.
Because look, the ultimate goal here isn't just to be seen. It's to be seen as a leader, an authority, an organization that people genuinely count on. It's all about becoming a truly trusted name in your field.
So you might be asking, who needs to be thinking about all this? Well, it's absolutely essential for middle and senior management for sure. But honestly, it's for anyone and everyone who has a stake in building an organization that's going to be visible and sustainable for years to come.
And let's be real, you don't master these skills by sitting through some boring lecture. These concepts really sink in when you learn by doing. Diving into real-world case studies, having dynamic discussions, even doing some role-playing. That's how it sticks. At the end of the day, it all comes down to this. A great visibility strategy gives you the power to shape how people see you, to build up your credibility, and to put your organization exactly where it deserves to be, as a trusted name. Now, if you want to dive deeper, you can definitely check out that Building Organization Visibility program. But the real question I want to leave you with is this: what is the very first step you're going to take to finally be seen?